Don't even play yourself. And a battle.
Police had put up a large wall, a water-filled heavy barricade around the building, preventing protesters as well as audience members from getting into the venue for quite some time. Eventually, police created a gap in the wall, giving audience members safe passage into the event. Moments into Ann Coulter's speech, a woman in the audience begins yelling at the top of her lungs. Security personnel surround the protester, put her in cuffs, and drag her out of Wheeler Hall.
Shed a tear for us!
Don't even play yourself.
Patriot journalists and Antifa at UC Berkeley, November 20th, 2019. On November 20th, Antifa and protesters metastasized at UC Berkeley to use violence and or the threat of violence to terrorize individuals to prevent them from exercising their rights, such as their right to peaceable assembly, their freedom of association, their freedom of speech, their right to reasonable safety, and so on. These individuals were there for the Ann Coulter Adios America event, scheduled from 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The protesters and domestic terrorists were there to violate those rights. For those of you who may be saying something like the Bill of Rights constrains the government from violating rights, citizens are not beholden to those things in the Bill of Rights, it's just the government. Well, let me say this.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
The Bill of Rights describes what rights of ours the government can't violate. You know, it describes, it doesn't grant anything. You don't get your rights from the Bill of Rights. The government is not divine, it does not hand down rights or freedoms. The government is a servant, our servant. Our rights come before the government, and because each of us have the same rights, that is, equal rights, no one has the right to violate the rights of others. I'll respect your rights, and you will respect mine. Willingly or not, you will respect mine. But I digress. The description of the event says that Coulter, quote, will be speaking about the current United States immigration system and the dangers of mass immigration, unquote. As the LA Times reported, quote, Coulter had intended to speak on the campus in 2017, but her event was canceled due to security concerns. Earlier that year, the College of Republicans sought to host right-wing provocateur Milo Yiannopoulos, and the event was canceled when hundreds of demonstrators swarmed the venue, including some in masks, who tore down barricades and smashed windows. Indeed, my point in covering this is to compare it to that riot in 2017 when Milo Yiannopoulos came to UC Berkeley. Here's a little taste. We'll return to that towards the end of this video. So people, some all-star veteran warrior heroes of this culture war were there and filmed it. We're going to see some of what they filmed, some of it, not all of it. By the way, all of this stuff is here on our webpage, which you see right now, one of many web pages where we gather news, videos, and more on specific areas of the culture war, in this case Antifa. The newest is always at the top. There's a lot more there than I could possibly fit into this video or a series of videos, so check it out, see the link below. Lindsay Grathwohl was there, and she had some live streams. We'll take a look at some of that. You may remember that she is the daughter of Larry Grathwohl, the famous Larry Grathwohl, the Vietnam vet who infiltrated the Students for Democratic Society and the Weather Underground for the FBI. He's appeared in at least one of our past videos. You can help Lindsay to continue her father's work in exposing domestic terrorists by donating to her GoFundMe. See the link in the description for that. Pro-Man was there. If you remember, he's been doing this since at least March 4th, 2017. We'll see some of his stuff. Keith of Patriot Warrior Media was there. Keith is a wounded vet in this culture war. If you remember, Keith was gang stomped into unconsciousness in a cowardly fashion by Antifa on August 27th. We'll also look at some tweets, including videos and tweets by Amber Tang and Jake Souza, both of the Daily Californian. Beside the regular generic Antifa, you know, the typical black bloc, also there was Refuse Fascism, the National Lawyers Guild people, you know, the people in their very bright green hats, the NLG people. They're there basically to, they get people out of trouble when they get arrested and stuff like that. BAMN was there, and speaking of BAMN, see if you can spot a vet Falark in any of these videos, because as per the judge, she's not supposed to take part in any of these protests. By the way, one of Falarka's attorneys was there. Here you see Ronald Cruz, so maybe Falarka was there. It would not be the first time that she attended a protest despite a court order not to. If you folks remember, there was one time where she was trying to not be seen at a protest that she legally was not supposed to be at, and then I actually recorded myself calling the cops and saying, well, she's there, you know, you gonna arrest her, or what's going on? I mean, officers are right there, watching her break the law by kicking people, and you're not even arresting her. Anyway, bitch for me. Anyway, Campus Reform reported an estimated 2,000 protesters were present. At 11:10 p.m., Amber Tang of the Daily Californian tweeted that 6 or 7 people were arrested, according to Dan Moguloff, who is the Assistant Vice Chancellor of Communications for the campus. 2 days later, Campus Reform reported that 5 people were arrested, some students, some not, and that of those 5, 1 person has been charged with a crime and 3 received non-criminal citations. Don't know about the last one though. In this short video, a man with a ticket is trying to gain admittance to the other side of the barricades where the Coulter event is being held. Meanwhile, protesters are harassing him, including, it seems, one of Yvette Falarka's minions, Adarine Hogue, there in the bob haircut. An official takes his ticket, and rather than just going over the barricades, he yells "free speech" twice, gets up on the barricade, and then does a backwards stage dive-like maneuver. It was kind of punk. It was kind of gangster. So, I made this little thug life video meme here. There you go. Okay, now did you notice that someone, it seems to me, Adarine Hogue, said, hate speech isn't free speech? Hate speech is not free speech! It's something we've heard many times now. Time for a little lesson. Nice speech, mean speech, so-called hate speech, eloquent speech, crude speech, it's all speech. It's all included in free speech. Otherwise, we're not talking about free speech. Quote-unquote hate speech is included in free speech. Free speech must include all speech. Otherwise, it's not free speech. Stupid. Alright? Okay. And now for some more stuff. That guy's lucky he didn't get pepper sprayed or worse doing that in that mob there. That was badass, man. So I made another one of those little thug life video meme things here.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. A real gangster ass nigga plays his cards right. A real.
Now more stuff. It's easy to miss or to not understand what's going on in this video right here. See the girl with the long light brown hair, the, I guess, white top and I think black pants? She's being blocked by the mob from getting in. She apparently has a ticket because, if you listen closely, a protester asks her for her ticket in a way that maybe an official ticket person would ask. So she assumes he's a ticket taker. Hey, this is my chance to get in. She hands him his ticket and he just takes it and keeps it. The mob goes wild. She walks away. And now more stuff. And now for more stuff.
Go home! 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 Go home!
According to this tweet by Amber Tang of the Daily Californian, there were 6 or 7 arrests, according to campus spokesperson Dan Moguloff. And now a bunch of stuff without any comment from me. I will put titles of videos and names of sources and YouTube channels and whatnot on screen when called for.
This could be an entrance or the other one down corner down over there.
So we need to go down that way to get...
Or you can go down to the far corner there, or there's an entrance right here that you can get in as well.
Oh, there is right here? Okay.
Make sure you have nothing on you when you're coming in. Because you're going to get wanded, no bags, nothing.
Oh, there's Abner. Who? Fuckface. That guy right there. Abner. He doxes us. And he says he's not Antifa, but he's marching with them. We all need an escort.
I mean, Berkeley is famous. Honestly, I would say that in the past.
I mean, we're kind of in a tough spot. We weren't allowed to bring any type of, like pepper. I mean, I have nothing on me so that I can get into this event. And so now if I have to walk around the campus, they know who I am. They will follow me and they will attack me. My picture's all over their Twitter right now with my car. They're trying to keep us from going in, even with our tickets. This is getting out of hand quick.
Oh, Crowman, how you doing? If you want this party. I don't know why, but mushrooms give me crazy gas.
I feel
Kind of felt good.
I can't see anything.
Yes, you can.
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.
I can't see shit.
I can't see anything.
Yes, you can.
I can't see shit. Take your glasses off.
I feel funny. Is this gonna be forever?
No, it won't be forever. No, it won't be forever. Stay in your seat.
Okay, hold on. I have to break in with a comment here. Okay, notice that these protesters are yelling, "Go home, go home." Now, first of all, right off the bat, it should be immediately apparent that they are exactly the opposite of what they claim to be. They are exactly that which they accuse their enemies of being. They're xenophobic. Okay? They're not inclusive, they're exclusive. They are the opposite of what they claim to be. Now, another thing that's interesting, they're yelling this at a woman who goes by Louisa the Hong Kong Cutie. Here is Louisa the Hong Kong Cutie sitting down with Crow Man after the fact talking about what went on there, and man, they have some crazy stories about what was going on there. The cops did just about everything they could to discriminate against anybody who wanted to go in to see Ann Coulter while taking the side of Antifa and the other protesters. But, okay, stop and fucking think about this. Here is a foreign woman, a woman of color, and a woman, okay? A member of a few marginalized groups. And these people who claim to be for marginalized groups are telling her to go home, to leave America, to go back to Hong Kong, which, by the way, if you don't know, folks, because the mainstream media is not covering this, most of the mainstream media only covers Orange Man bad, but if you don't know that Hong Kong people are fighting for their freedom against a tyrannical communist government. Okay? while they're over there fighting against actual tyranny, actual communism, fighting against a tyrannical government for their fucking freedom, you have people over in America fighting against freedom, okay, for fucking communism, and telling this woman to go home because she's not American enough. Now, granted, they didn't know if she's American or not, but that's their fucking fault. Okay? So, they are the exact fucking opposite of what they claim to be. And again, folks, you can get to the link to Crowman's channel by seeing the links below in my description. And you gotta see these videos and listen to what they talk about. What Crowman experienced, what Louisa experienced. These people are full of hatred, xenophobia, bigotry, racism, sexism, and they are anti-freedom. And Epstein didn't kill himself. Alright, folks? Goddamn disgusting. They're literally telling a person from Hong Kong who's fighting, who came over to America to see how they're doing the exact fucking opposite over here. Yeah. She's coming from a place where they're fucking fighting for their freedom against communism, and then she's over there, and all of a sudden there's protesters fighting against fucking freedom. Yep. For communism. Yep. And then claiming to be anti-racist while being racist. Mm-hmm. Ah! Why can't stupidity make people sterile so that they stop making stupid fucking kids?
In this instance, their IQ level has made them self-sterile. They don't want to breed. So thank goodness for that.
Well, they don't want to breed, but it's going to take them fucking decades to die off, okay? I know, they're younger than us. We have to deal with these fucking morons for the rest of it. Why are they allowed to breathe the fucking air? They are not worth the fucking air they're breathing right now. What the fucking fuck? And fuck those fucking pigs for fucking being that way. They're fucking traitors. Anti-freedom motherfucking traitors. And they're on the side of the people who fucking hate them. And against the people who fucking support them! God damn it. They have a fucking Antifa mayor. We've already proven it. Tabby discovered it. And eventually made it up to Fox News. Their fucking mayor is fucking Antifa. Mm-hmm. And he tells the cops, well, you know, if the cops try to stop the protesters from doing stuff, it might change the dynamics of the situation. In other words, you might stop crime? Yeah, that would be a changing of the dynamics of the situation now, wouldn't it? Yes, if the cops got involved, it might change the dynamics of the situation. In other words, you might stop them from committing the fucking crimes. But you don't fucking want to. And nor do you fucking pigs. Apparently, they're all fucking Marxist communists over there. Fuck those fucking pigs. And there are you people out there like, well, they're policemen. No. They're fucking traitors. Okay? They are fucking traitors. Oh, but they're following orders. Yeah. The same fucking thing happened after World War II. Nazis tried to say, we were just following orders. You know what the world said? No. You did a wrong thing. You chose to do a wrong thing. You knew what you were doing. You did it consciously. You wanted to. You fucking did it. Fuck you, you're guilty. Every one of these motherfucking pigs in fucking Portland, in fucking Berkeley, and other places are fucking guilty. They're fucking traitors. And if you don't like it, and if you're getting offended by what I'm saying, please tell me so I have the pleasure of knowing. I'm fucking so mad at this.
I don't blame you. It's frustrating.
God damn it. Mm-hmm. Ah! As I was putting this video together, Crowman uploaded another video to his channel called Louisa Trying to Enter Ann Coulter Event Speech Berkeley 2019. And apparently this woman is from Hong Kong. This one had my blood boiling again. First of all, you see her trying to get in with some friends, and there are these cops who aren't going to let him in, apparently, or something like that, and they parroted the now all too familiar, if we enforce the law, then they'll just throw a temper tantrum and things would get even worse, so we're just going to let them violate your rights and break the law routine. You know, it's all too familiar now in certain cities. Other cities don't have a problem just enforcing the goddamn law. And then, you know, they crack down on Antifa, it takes a couple of minutes, and then it's over. And then everybody goes about their happy, peaceful way after that. But for some reason, in certain cities, oh no, that's impossible. We'd have to use force.
We'd actually have to do our jobs.
Right. And now here's the thing. Tabby hasn't watched this video, folks, and perhaps you haven't watched this video. She jests, and it sounds like I'm jesting. I'm paraphrasing what they goddamn say in this video. This cop will say, with a tone of incredulity, quote, So you're saying you would like us to use force? Unquote. Well, you are the police force, are you not? And you swore an oath to do so, did you not? You are trained to do so. You are paid to do so by the American taxpayers. Never mind, it's the honorable thing to do.
How are we gonna get in? Where's Coleman?
Did you try getting in on the other side?
Where's Coleman?
Yeah, that was blocked on the
Where's
other side.
Coleman?
Mushroom give me crazy guy.
It's blocked here too.
It's blocked?
I mean,
Let's go get the police to escort us in.
they're on the other side of the barrier.
Wait.
Really? Let me go find the police.
And you've got these assholes up there blocking our way in. So we just want to know what's supposed to happen around
But
here.
you gotta look at the bigger picture now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we started using force on that, it's not gonna go well either, and then the venue'd be over too.
So chances are we won't be able to get in tonight, and because
Yeah.
you don't want to.
So you know
you
we're all
don't want to
recording
take
as
on that crowd. Is what you're saying.
So you're saying you would like us to use force?
But you want us?
wouldn't
You
mind
want
it.
me
I
to
think they
use
deserve
force
it.
to get in? I pay
No, I don't want you to use
$47.
I don't want you to
I
use
pay a lot of
So
money
you
for
would
this.
have to use force to get in there. That
Yeah.
means we were not getting in there. I just want to be standing around here with.
Why do you have a billy club, a taser, a shooting taser,
Yeah.
pepper spray, and oh yeah, that thing called a fucking gun for? Oh, that's right. Violence.
What was the movie with Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock? And it takes place in the future in which cops aren't allowed to really do anything. It sounds like a line from that movie. So you're saying you would like us to use force?
Yeah. That's what you signed on for, is one day you're gonna have to club a motherfucker.
Like-
You better start clubbing.
Like, you're wearing a police uniform. Like, okay, stop. Hold on. You realize you are a police officer, right? You have a badge on. Did you go through training? Do you have amnesia? Do you not remember anything up to the present point? Because you seem to have forgotten who the fuck you are and what your fucking job is.
Do they no longer have beat ass course for cops? Like, where you have to learn to beat ass?
Apparently that's politically incorrect. They probably, how long before they start saying cops shouldn't be trained to use any sort of force in towns like Berkeley and Portland? How long before you see people in city councils literally arguing, well, the cops shouldn't get the physical training required to apply force to stop people from committing crime because that violates their rights, and by the way, we should have take care of it instead of cops. This is absurd. This is infuriating. It's hard to believe that this is real life. I feel like the kid in that famous video. Is this real life?
Is this real life?
When he's all drugged up from the dentist. I can't believe this is real. I mean, yes, I want you to do the job you swore to do. Yeah, the job that I pay you to do with my tax money. Yes, get off your fucking ass and fucking enforce the fucking law. Yes. And then in one of Crowman's videos with Louisa, there's links for everything in the webpage version of this video. He sits down with her after the fact and talks with her, and he said that, Louisa said that after she finally got through, that she turned around and made some sort of a gesture, maybe made a face or something like that towards the angry mob that was trying to prevent her from getting in. She gets in, she turns around, looks at the crowd, and makes some sort of a face or a gesture, I forget what. You have to watch the video, folks. And the crowd says, "Ugh!" They start yelling back at her, right? And the cop told her to stop antagonizing them. Okay? How much more clear can you get that this is an extreme bias, a political bias in the police force, both in their orders and in them themselves? That's not something a cop had to freaking say. It's not like they were forced. It's not like somebody told the cop, you had better make sure that they don't make mean gestures towards those protesters. That's just something the cop chose to say. That's what he felt. Or she, or whatever the fuck it is. Okay? That's what we're dealing with here, folks. It's like, oh my god, this is incredible. One can imagine what a woman who apparently is from Hong Kong thought. From Hong Kong, where police are using extreme force to crack down on people fighting for their freedom, right? you can only imagine what a person from a place like Hong Kong would think encountering cops who are kind of the opposite in the sense, I mean, a situation in which these police are doing whatever they can to avoid cracking down on people who are fighting against other people's freedom. It's a... wow. I mean... I would like her to do a video and just to explain to us what her thoughts are in the matter of the disparity between people in Hong Kong fighting for their freedom and people in America fighting against their freedom and against freedoms of other people. You know, this corruption or this extreme bias among the police in certain towns towards the far left kind of reminds me of how, for a very long time, large areas of the country, most of them in the South, had police forces that were in with the Klan. You know, they were Democrats. Ooh, did that hurt? Good. Yeah, they were Democrats, and sometimes the same people who put on the white hoods were the people who put on the police uniforms and stuff like that. And so a lot of the times crimes just were allowed to happen because, you know, the police didn't want to enforce it because that was their political bias or their racist bias or their racial bias. The cops can do that. It can happen. So what we're seeing in Portland and in Berkeley and other places like that, it seems, are not just mayors ordering their police to not escalate the situation, don't use force, because that can change the dynamics of the situation. And I'm paraphrasing something that these police spokespeople said in Portland. So it's not just mayors telling him to do that, and the police like, I don't want to listen to this liberal mayor. I want to enforce the law. In a lot of cases, and at least, and probably more and more over time, because of changeover of personnel, we're seeing the police themselves having this political bias and having a contempt for liberty and all that, because that's right-wing Republican stuff, all that free speech stuff. And enforcing of the law. You know, if we use force, you know, that's kind of like a patriarchal thing, isn't it? I mean, we wouldn't want to violate anybody's rights by using force. Yeah, but you're allowing them to violate my rights, and they're using force. I mean, as we saw in this video so far, cops literally watching some of these lefties beating people up and just standing there and going, well, I'll step in if it gets really bad. You know? So, yeah, we want you to enforce the fucking law. That's fucking right. That's what we fucking pay you to do, asshole. Yes, enforce the fucking law. You want respect? You want us to look up to you? Good. We will, when you're good people and honorable. Okay? But when you're not, we're gonna look down on you, remind you, you are our servant. We pay you, you public servant. Fucking do it. Anyway, gotta move on.
It's the current situation outside, and no new people are being allowed in. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. They are all over. They're in the trees. They're on buildings. There's multiple helicopters up in the air. I've heard from people on the inside that there's been people being beat up. Has Crowman made it in yet? He's still out there?
You gotta get this guy out of here! You guys gotta get this guy out of here! He's trying to incite violence! You gotta get this guy the fuck out of here!
They're just blocking everybody.
Yeah, they're not letting anybody in.
Police, they're not doing shit.
I know, they're not. I'm really disappointed. And this is how we're gonna have to get out this way. Like, it's crazy. There's people out there, you guys. There's people that bought tickets to be in here. And the security and the people, they're not doing shit. I am really disappointed right now. Okay, they're letting more people in. I'm gonna go get in my seat.
Well, you know, I think the anarchists...
In this Patriot Warrior media video, you could see protesters, including someone dressed in the typical Antifa uniform, marginalizing and oppressing a member of a marginalized group, a person of color. Yeah. In this Patriot Warrior media video, you could see the cops standing up on a wall and just watching and doing nothing as protesters break the law as they use physical force to prevent people from entering the venue.
The elites were shocked when he said he wanted to build a wall on the Mexican border. Not so much that he wanted to build a wall, but that we still have a border with Mexico. Shortly before...
Fuck you!
The policies that you're trying to put are putting these children in a box. Get out! Fuck you! You're trying to put our country. You're not America first.
Millennials.
Get him out.
You know that? Okay, you understand. You understand. Get them out. All right.
Hang them, burn them.
Yeah, get them.
Thank you for contributing to the Berkeley College Republicans. For years, for decades, both political parties and the media have had a gentleman's agreement. Never talk about immigration. Just don't talk about it. Or they'll say, okay, you can talk about it, here are the ground rules. You can't use the following words: illegal alien, amnesty, sanctuary city, third world, anchor babies. Well, Donald Trump made them talk.
All right, out of here. That's it.
Let them out. Let them out.
Okay, we've gotten our $90
They
worth.
say America first.
You're trying to make America white again.
Shed a tear for us.
It's like a spectator sport.
Moments into Ann Coulter's speech, a woman in the audience begins yelling at the top of her lungs. Security personnel surround the protester, put her in cuffs, and drag her out of Wheeler Hall.
Hypocrite. Someone who practices hypocrisy, who pretends to hold beliefs, or whose actions are not consistent with their claimed beliefs.
I was talking about the words that set off liberals.
This guy again.
So I'm a huge fan. Actually, I'm on a date with the guy here right now. I don't know where he is because when we hopped the border, my family got separated.
I'm right here, bro. I'm right here, man.
And now it looks like we have another gangsta ass moment.
Don't get out of Berkeley, racist! Don't get out of Berkeley, racist! Don't get out of Berkeley!
Like a boss.
Oh yes, I keep the bank rolling.
Like.
Thing of beauty there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gangsta.
Yeah.
Definitely gangsta.
Don't get out of Berkeley, racist! Don't get out of Berkeley! So go!
Again, see the links below to the channel, Patriot Warrior Media. And now for my point. This was very different than, say, Milo Yiannopoulos' appearance at UC Berkeley in 2017. First of all, it does seem that the attitude of UC Berkeley towards free speech has changed, at least in their rhetoric. For example, Campus Reform reports that UC Berkeley's Chancellor Carol T. Christ recently stated, quote, "In these angry, polarized times, we must also find ways to engage respectfully with those who do not share our beliefs. We can learn from differences and use that knowledge to improve our ability to make a case for our own perspectives. If we can engage in respectful debate and abide by our principles of community, differences of opinion need not lead to divides, and our heterogeneous community can thrive without homogeneity of belief and perspective," unquote. Campus Reform also reports that Assistant Vice Chancellor of Communications for UC Berkeley, Dan Mogulof, stated, quote, "UC Berkeley will maintain its unwavering commitments to free speech and to providing the safety of the campus community and its guests without regard for their perspectives." That applies to speakers as well as those engaged in lawful protest that abides by the campus's time, place, and manner rules. The University of California policy on speech and advocacy guarantees students the constitutionally protected rights of free expression, speech, assembly, and worship regardless of their faith, beliefs, origins, or identities. In that context, we strongly condemn violence and harassment of any sort for any reason, regardless of who the perpetrators or targets may be. We also condemn actions that deprive others of their ability to exercise their constitutional rights, without regard for their perspectives or beliefs." Unquote. Secondly, it seems there was no black bloc to speak of. That is, no cluster of Antifas in black clothing all massed together as one. No smashing of windows, no fires, no serious violence, unlike the Milo Yiannopoulos event in 2017, where we saw Antifa beating an unconscious body, for example. So it does seem, at least in Berkeley, that Antifa is withering away. And I think we're going to see more of this. I do think that once Trump gets reelected, unless they cheat or kill him, he's going to get reelected. And once he does, there's going to be another wave of rage of Antifa everywhere. But then it's going to go back down to the level it was right about now and continue to decline from there. I could be wrong. What do you folks think? Alrighty, folks, there's a lot more, as I said, at the webpage and at the channels of these warrior heroes from whom I'm getting these videos. See the links below for everything. Also see the link to Tabby's channel. It's a great channel. I highly recommend it. See the link to our BitChute channel. Subscribe to us there and click the little bell icon because YouTube is going to get rid of pretty much all non-commercial, non-kid friendly stuff. See the link below to our Subscribe Star and please donate to us there because we refuse to use regressive left censorious services like Patreon and PayPal. And also comment below and also give us a thumbs up. That would be great. Till next time, folks, hopefully there is a next time, liberty, strength, integrity, honor, honesty, justice, truth, love, and laughter.
Well, that's a wrap for this. Thanks for tuning in, you guys.